Because the first time the bike hasn't started due to a battery issue, or actually it's the first time it hasn't started at all. Alright. Let's try this again. Excuse me. Really? That seemed a bit unnecessary. Wow. Okay, this is turning out to be quite the start of a day, so I don't know if I should take that as a sign or not. But anyways, so yeah, as you can see, I'm not on a Pan America again, but there's a reason for that, and this was actually kind of expected. I went to start the bike up today, and it would not start at all. It was just, it would try to start, try and crank, and then it would just restart, and I think my battery's dead, which is not a surprise to me. I have been on my stock battery for the past 4 years, a little over 4 years now, and I went out and rode yesterday and everything was fine and started up fine, but I guess it got a little too cold last night, so it just said plan. I did not put it on the Tinder. I know I didn't, but I had just ridden it that day, so yeah, normally I don't have to do that. So this is telling me that that battery is completely dead. When I think the voltage read like 11.7 when I tried to start it, which I don't think is quite enough to crank over a Pan America, which is kind of funny. The Pan America has a low voltage light that comes on, and yeah, that hasn't come on, even after I tried to start it a bunch of times. Never came on. After that, I decided I was gonna try and jump start it with my little battery pack jump starter, but yeah, that battery was dead too, so there goes that idea. So I left it plugged in the garage for the day, and I'll see if that works. If that's the case, if it starts tomorrow, I think, I'm pretty sure my battery just needs to be replaced. I'm actually gonna go look at batteries for it right now, and if they're not too bad, I might just pick one up. It's about time. Like I said, the thing's 4 years old. It's never given me a problem, so might be time. The other things I got going on the Pan America, it's coming up on 55,000 miles, and I got to do one of my services. And look for a review coming in a little bit. I'll probably post another review on the 55,000 mile review in 4 years, a little over 4 years of ownership. So look forward to that video. But yeah, I got to do some maintenance on the thing. I got to change spark plugs, air filter, oil, all the normal maintenance stuff. But the cool thing about this service is I was able to pick up the, what is it, the Screaming Eagle High Flow, Extreme Flow, Super Duper 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 Flow air filter. And yeah, I got it for a pretty good deal, so I had to pick it up. So I'm kind of excited to see what that thing does performance-wise. I hear it's pretty big or significant difference. Like, you can tell the difference apparently, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, I'm kind of a little bit concerned if it's not the battery. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I'm kind of troubleshooting. It's not throwing any codes. It's not giving me the low voltage indicator, nothing like that. It's just the voltage is a little bit lower than it should be. Like I said, it tries to crank and then it just kind of doesn't do anything. But it also, after I push the button to start it, and it doesn't crank over, the screen like shuts down and it restarts. So I'm hoping that's not my right hand control module, because that has been an issue on some of the Pan Americas. But if it is, it should be covered under my extended warranty. So even though it's a little cold today, I really want to get out on a bike, and wasn't expecting the other bike not to start, so I'm out on the WR250R. I do like this bike. I love this bike. This bike's super fun, and it comes in handy when, you know, your main bike doesn't start, you still have something to ride. I mean, it's not as quick or whatever, but it's still fun. I still love it. But unfortunately, I will be selling this pretty soon. I've had a couple people reach out. They're pretty interested in it. For some reason, after I paid off the loan on this, because I got it from a dealership, I did buy it used. It had barely any miles on it, so it was practically brand new. But I paid off the loan last month? Now, it's been a while since I've paid off the loan, actually. But it took the DMV so long to get me the title that I lost out on selling it quite a few times, because, you know, people don't want to buy a bike without a title, you know. I totally get it. I understand, and I don't blame them at all. I mean, I'd honestly be the same way, but finally got that, so I should be able to sell it pretty easily. But as I was out riding today, I noticed something, and that is all these kids on e-bikes. And I don't know how all these little kids are able to get on these things. They are super expensive. I mean, if I was a kid right now, there's no way I'd be on one of these bikes. They're super expensive. I wouldn't have been able to afford one. But it seems like in this area, everybody has them for some reason. It's nuts. And you'll see the little hooligan gangs going down the road and, you know, doing wheelies. Half of them aren't wearing helmets and, you know, just kind of being kids. But can't say I wouldn't be the same way if I was a kid with an e-bike. That's pretty awesome. But that brought up the whole thing of, I went to the dealership yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I went to the dealership yesterday, and I noticed that their little corner that they hide all the live wires in, there was no live wires there. There's normally like, I don't know, 3, 4, something like that, always sitting back there, and they've always kind of been the same ones. But they were all gone. So I asked one of the guys that works there, I was like, so are you guys selling these things? He goes, yeah. Well, we've started to sell them. We don't have any left. We're waiting on more. It got me thinking back to the kids that are on these e-bikes. Then it started to click. It started to make sense. Like, okay, these kids are getting older. They're getting their driver's licenses. They've known e-bikes for, I don't know, for years now. And that's just kind of what they've been doing. So why would they not get on an electric motorcycle, a road legal motorcycle, a real motorcycle that they keep probably getting in trouble with because, I don't know, law enforcement here is cracking down on it a lot, especially the ones riding in the streets and treating them basically like motorcycles, because these things can go like 30, 40, 50 miles an hour in some cases. Like, they're just an electric motorcycle that doesn't have a plate. So they're starting to enforce these laws that, you know, if this is a vehicle, this is technically a motorcycle if it goes over this speed, and I can't have no pedals. Anyway, there's a bunch of weird e-bike rules now. So yeah, why would you not get on a legit actual vehicle, motorcycle with a plate and registered and all that stuff, and just get your M1 and just ride that around if that's what you know. The learning curve's a little bit less for an electric bike because, you know, you're not learning shifting or anything, or downshifting or anything like that. It's just pretty much, it just goes. You know, it takes that out of the equation. You don't have to learn how to shift. I mean, I'd say more than half the kids these days can't drive a manual car or have no idea how to, so, okay, that makes sense. So from that, I'm kind of thinking, okay, like, what was that going to mean in the future for these electric bikes? I mean, I'm not really interested in them. I think they're cool. They're fun. I've ridden them a lot on a lot of demo days and things like that. They're fun. They are fun bikes, right? Like, maybe as like an around towner or a commuter, or like, I don't know, just something to get up into twisties real quick. You know, you're not going far a lot of the time, and it's the range isn't as big of a deal. But I mean, that's what I look for when I look at a motorcycle, is like range and things like that, because, you know, I like to go. I like to just go and not worry about it. I think the technology is going to start catching up. The range is going to get better. The charge time is going to get way better. You know, I'm positive that we'll get to a point where there's going to be charging stations at fuel stations, you know, obviously separate from the pumps, but you're going to be able to plug your bike in for as long as it'll take you to fill up a tank, and you'll just have a full charge and be on your way. It won't be that big of a deal. You won't have to wait hours to charge these things. So I definitely think right now we are kind of in the infancy of electric motorcycles. I know they're kind of a niche-y thing, and there's some, especially in the Bay Area, I know they're selling because they are just like short commuters around town, and that, it makes sense. Not something I would use, but it makes sense. So I think the industry just has that room to grow as long as the technology can keep up, as long as, you know, it keeps improving, batteries get better, charging gets better, all that stuff. I think we'll get there to where that's going to be a big thing in the future. I guess I'm dated. I don't know, it shows how old I am. I like the sound of an engine. I like being able to work on my own stuff. I know, that's funny coming from a guy with a Pan America. I know. But it's still possible. I don't have the skills to learn it yet. I'm getting there. I will learn it. That's just something I want to do. I want to learn it. That's part of riding for me, is the engine, the shifting, just the sounds of it all, the feel of it all. That's important to me. And on electric bikes, if you ever ridden one, it loses that a lot. It's not really there. Sorry if you ride an electric motorcycle. Like, I'm sorry, not sorry. To me, it's just not the same. It feels just numb. But circling back around to these kids that have grown up on these e-bikes, it really makes sense for them to get on a full-on electric motorcycle. And I think there's going to be more and more kids that are going to get older and get to that age, and that's going to be a real option for them. But anyways, put in the comments down below what you think of all these electric motorcycles, the live wires, and all that fun stuff. Let me know what you think about them. Have you ever ridden one? I want to know. If you could, please subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And I'll see you guys later. It could be my country. Yeah, it should be super stupid. Like a sure my jacket's still there. Stay there. Speaking of jacket, I definitely should have put it on. It's kind of cold out. Oh, well, never mind. That's a little busy. I was going to stop and take a picture in there, but nope. Just kidding. Look at all them Harleys. Harley Davidsons.